What's happening, y'all? Ray here, and today we're going to be doing a little bit of an experiment. We have 8 different tobaccos here. Now, we always hear that Virginias burn hotter, Latakias burn cooler, stuff like that. Aromatics burn hotter. What we're going to be doing, this is the cheap eBay pop. This is going to be a torture test for this pop too. This is a cheap eBay pop that was in one of my more recent videos, and we're going to be filling this pop up with different tobaccos. I have 2 of each. I have 2 Burleys, I have 2 Virginias, I have 2 Aromatics, and I have 2 Latakia blends. I was going to use this for a weight to have a consistent draw. This is actually a inflatable mattress air pump, but you can do out or in. I have it on the end, so it's actually sucking through the tube from the pop. But I was going to use this to make sure that the weight does stay consistent, that it does stay a consistent draw. But instead, I'm only going to be able to use the weight of my arm, and I'll keep it as consistent as I can throughout the whole thing. But we still should be able to get a pretty general idea of the heat differences, if there is any, which I agree. I agree that Virginias do seem to burn hotter. A lot of people say it's because of the sugar. Who knows? But I have a thermometer here, which now once I start this process, I'll move the camera down and zoom it in here so we'll just see this part. Oops. And hopefully you'll be able to keep an eye on the temperature gauge itself. We will take notes and compare to what burned at what temperature. I will do this 10 times, so it'll be 20 draws altogether, because it sucks in going up and it sucks in going down. We're going to double up on this though, because another thing that I'm going to be doing is testing pH levels in the tobaccos. I'm going to do it as a base tobacco, and also because during the combustion process there's other chemicals that is formed that could deviate or change the pH level of the tobaccos themselves. So also what we're going to be doing in between each one, I will be putting a piece of toilet paper into the end here, so we'll catch that moisture from the smoke, and we'll catch some of that smoke in there, so we can also test the tobacco. And then in turn we'll go back and we'll test the smoke too, to see if there is any changes in the pH level of that. But guys, before I get started, you know what they always say, safety third. Alright, now with this eBay pipe, you can never be too safe. I have my fire extinguisher stuff right here. I don't expect an explosion, but I'm out on my patio. My bedroom's actually above this. It's a covered patio, so this is the best that I have. This is the best that I have to protect myself and try to protect my home. And you know, it should do. Hey, oh, there's a place to put a beer here. I'll be right back. Check it out. I've got a beer. It's got a beer holder. That is awesome. If you've never had this, off topic real quick, Dragon's Milk Reserve. Oh, it's great. It's strong. It's 12.5%, but man, it's a good beer. Very good beer. It's exceptional with steak, dinner, anything like that. But oh man. It's good stuff. Alright guys, let's go ahead and get started. What I'm going to do is bring the camera down here so you can see the temperature gauge. It has a tendency to like blink itself off after a couple seconds, but I need to be down there in front of it to look at it to make sure I keep hitting that light to keep it on, and that's why the consistent weight hammer wasn't feasible to me back here and stuff. But I will keep you informed of everything that goes on, the blend that's in it. You'll see me doing it all, and I will try to keep it as consistent as possible. But guys, safety third. Okay guys, I tried a bunch of this yesterday and I still had some flaws. This is actually the following morning. I didn't feel comfortable enough without having a consistent weight, but I did find something that would work better. I have a 2-pound weight up here. I'll take the hose out as I pull it up because it does suck up and down. And to make sure it is consistent, I'll just drop the weight and let it draw. That way the draw maintains consistency throughout all the blends, as much consistency as possible anyway. So I'm going to get this started with some Haunted Bookshop. Our two Burleys we're going to be doing will be Haunted Bookshop and Granger. Granger is actually compliments of Paladin Piper. You'll find out why in a couple weeks, maybe a week, but hopefully it won't be long. But what I'm going to do, I'll go ahead and pack her bowl. I'll probably just fill it up to the top once. Now, as far as the filters go, to catch the smoke for the pH test, I just have smaller pieces of toilet paper. There's 8 of them, right? Well, actually, there's 7 of them here. And instead, I had to tape all this off to close off any draft holes that might not be pouring through the bowl. I'll just insert the toilet paper right here, and it's probably a better place for it anyway. And then we'll put our bowl back on. But let's go ahead. I'm going to show you how I'm going to do it this first time, but other than that, I'll go ahead and have it done and skip through it and cut through it, and that way you guys don't have to sit through this process every time. But we'll go ahead and get our first Burley in there. I'll also note the beginning temperature and the end temperature. We'll definitely have to take that into consideration. We'll have to let it cool a little bit in between blends. Hopefully it'll cool off pretty quick though. I'm outside here. Got a bunch of rain this morning, so you can probably hear my creek running in the background. Hopefully it's not too loud. But of course I'm struggling now because I'm on camera and I'm trying to reach over top of it and do this. There we go. Alright, so we have on a Bookshop set up. The current temperature right now is 74.3. I'll go ahead and zoom in so you can see that a little better. Hopefully it'll show up alright. I will still let you know everything that goes on. That way, okay, right there seems good. That way we can keep an eye on the pipe and everything else. Hopefully I can get it lit like this and it be consistent. We'll see. We'll let it drop a couple times to try to light it. Yes, it is drawn in good. Alright, there's 2 pumps to get it lit. Starting temperature is 79. Now let's see how that rises as we go. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 115.7 was the highest I seen. So that is our haunted bookshop. It's pretty hot. We'll go ahead and take this out. The toilet paper out. Oh yeah, look at the moisture. And this is from a very dry Burley. You can see how much that actually filtered out. More so in the front, of course, than in the back. But we're going to bag that and tag it. We've got a baggie right here, because we're going to be saving this. Haunted bookshop. There we go. Got that for a pH test. Temperature of 115.7. Alright, I want to go start going through the others. And next up, we'll have Granger. After we let this cool off for a second, we're going to try to get it close to where Haunted bookshop starting point was. I could probably pull some cool air through it. Yeah. Look at there. The one thing I'm going to do, make sure I get all the moisture out too. We don't want none of that interfering with our pH test or a look at the moisture on it. So I'll do it like this the best I can. Yeah, it's not too wet up there. Alright guys, let's go ahead and get this Granger lit.
Two, three, four, five. Man, Granger burns hot, don't it? 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20.
I do believe we may have actually burnt out of tobacco because it burnt hot and quick. Alright, next up we'll be getting into the Virginias. It will be Wessex Classic Virginia. Alright guys, we have our Wessex packed. We're ready to light it. We'll go ahead and give it two takes to get it lit, and then we'll start the countdown.
That's a long take. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100, 101, 102, 103, 104, 105, 106, 107, 108, 109, 110, 111, 112, 113, 114, 115, 116, 117, 118, 119, 120, 121, 122, 123, 124, 125, 126, 127, 128, 129, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19,
20. So I'm 127 there, but I think it touched 130. I know I seen 129.7, but I'll get the official numbers when I go back and edit the video to make sure I get everything right. But as of right now, I'm going to write down 129.7. It's hard to see the angle that I'm standing at. It's hard to see. So look at that juice. Okay, I had to take my contraption apart to get the filter out. And man, you talk about a dirty filter. Look at that. I figure Burley's would be a little bit dirtier than Virginia's, but bag it and tag it. And look right here, guys. This is cheap pops for you. This is why you spend money and get something a little bit better. It's melting right here on the side already. Luckily the stems, the reason I chose these is because I have 3 stems that are the same, but it's not compromised anywhere. Everything still fits. So we will continue to use this until we just simply can't anymore. Alright guys, up next in our Virginia category, we will have a Virginia with a little bit of Perique, a C&D Bayou Morning.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 17, 18, 19, and last one.
20. We'll write down 109.2, but I think it may have been different.
One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and
Last one. It ended a little bit cooler. I did see it hit 120 at one point. So. Up next, we have Plum Pudding. This is the Special Reserve Flake.
now we got it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100, 101, 102, 103, 104, 105, 106, 107, 108, 109, 110, 111, 112, 113, 114, 115, 116, 117, 118, 119, 120, 121, 122, 123, 124, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19,
20. 110.5. That's it. Wow. Cleanest one yet. Next we're going to start our Aromatics with Colt Blood Red Moon. I'll go ahead and pack it in the pipe, and then we'll start the we'll get this cooled back down.
One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, 8, 9, 10. This stuff smells amazing. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and last one.
So I seen 107.2. That was very cool. I expect this filter to be a soggy mess. It ain't too bad. And finally, what we have left is the original Captain Black.
Alright, wow. I got a gate to the top. Well, why I hate three. 107. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19,
And 20. Alright, I seen 131.2 was the highest I seen. That brings it to the that makes it the hottest one so far. Go ahead. Yeah, that bow's hot. Ooh. Alright guys, let's go on inside, and I need to review this to get my numbers right before I start putting it on the board. We will review what we've learned and what we've got. Alright guys, so what did we learn? First of all, I have my big book of notes here. I got everything wrote down. I've amended every one of them, at least, either the starting or the end temperature. Done it the best I can. Hopefully I was able to apply that in the video. We're going to see. The program that I use it's a little bit tricky to put a lot of text in there, but I'll do the best I can with that. But our averages, I'm going to go over our averages and stuff. First of all, you would think that Virginia's burn hotter. I'm one of them. I swear Virginia's burn hotter. There was a lot of variables that was not included in this that we do have to consider, though, as far as the just the moisture content of the tobacco itself is going to make a huge difference. The Burleys, both of them together were on the drier side, but so were the Virginias. One of the drier tobaccos that I even used was the Virginia Bayou Morning, even though it is pretty hefty in Perique. But, yeah, Perique. But there was some things here, some caveats, I guess you would say, that I'm definitely going to have to do more testing. I'm going to have to revisit this with different tobaccos and try to perfect a more consistent draw, so to speak. But anyway, our averages, sorry about the glare out here. I can't see it here, but I know you guys will see it. I'll try to right under it. But Burley average was 123.8. Yeah, that's legible. Our Virginia average $120.65. We'll do 120.7. Latakia average, which what I would expect to be the cooler smoke, ended up being 118.5. And our aromatic, which, you know, I really didn't have a feeling on the temperature that it burns. I would have expected it to be on the little bit lower end of the scale, even though some people swear it's hotter. They never have been to me. It's just, I think you're just getting more moisture from it that's affecting it. But our Arrow average was 119.65. We'll put 7. So the real kicker really isn't these. It's right here. The Burley was by far the hottest. When you take these overall, you know, 119, 118, you know, 120, there's not much difference between them. Then you jump up all the way to a 123.8, which was mainly due to Granger. Granger was actually the hottest burning one. I may have to try to get some Burley blends without a light topping. Now, Granger does have a light topping, but like I said, I wanted to try to keep not necessarily 2 complete full Virginias or 2 complete full Burleys and nothing else, even though if you can even find that, I'll probably just have to order the mix and stuff to try that, and which I might do. I may end up doing that. But as far as scalding, you know, as getting a tongue bite or mouth burn or what have you, scalds actually start around 110 degrees, but a scald is not necessarily the temperature, it's time and temperature, so to speak. 110 degrees, it can scald you in certain areas of your body that is more sensitive, but it's going to take a while. The ones that we want to look at that falls within these range is a 125 degree will take about 2 minutes to scald. 130, now once you get up to that 125 to 130, the time dramatically decreases. Just 5 more degrees at 130, it only takes 17 seconds. You get up to 140 degrees, you're looking at 3 seconds before a scald. A lot of this tongue bite, this is one thing that I'm looking in, that's why I'm doing the pH level test and stuff too, is I want to find a way to neutralize that, because there is a lot of tobaccos that I love that just I can't really enjoy a whole lot. And there's a lot of you guys out there that's like that too. We're going to revisit a lot of these tests. We're going to test some more, try it some more. I am going to see if I can find just a small consistent vacuum instead of using a pump. That way we can just put it in there, just let it draw for 20-25 seconds and be done with it. The packing method, I tried to pack the exact same on all of them, though they are different cuts, and that's not easy to do, to get them the same consistency to where the packing method will not affect the temperature outcome. I think that has a lot to do with this. Granger, of course, being a coarser type cut. Hit pretty well. It's one that it packs itself. You know, you put it in the bow and you barely tamp it down in your pack. The others, though, your Wessex is more of a broken flake. Then you had the Plum Pudding Special Reserve that was a flake. You know, you had to rub it out and stuff. So there's a lot of variables that I was not really able to take into consideration on this one, but I will revisit that, use this as a learning point and a starting point to further gosh, I'm not articulate. To further the investigation, so to speak, or to further the experiment, I want to say. Yeah, we'll just call it an experiment, because that's what it is. But we're going to go over this again. It might be a while. If you guys have any suggestions or anything, because I am not a scientist. I mean, I make food for a living. You know, that's what I do. I'm just a curious guy who has, you know, questions. And I like to find answers through scientific methods. Sometimes that does not work. But if you guys have any suggestions at all, anything that I can do to further this, to help me out, something that I'm missing, something that I'm not missing, or, you know, holding too much credit to, please let me know in the comments, because this is something that I will go over again. And to be honest with you, as close as those are, you would not think that that would really affect any type of mouthfeel that you will get afterwards. I mean, there's not even 4 degrees difference. There's 4 degrees difference, 4.1 degrees difference between the lowest and the highest, and that's so personally, what I learned from this entire thing, I've spent hours doing this, and I have learned nothing. Absolutely nothing. I've learned setups to use. I've learned how to, you know, what not to do and what to do through the testing process and what I want to do with that part. But as far as the main priority was testing the tobacco temperatures, I learned nothing from that. So guys, help me out here a little bit. Thanks for sitting through this. It was lengthy. I tried to shorten it. I don't know if I did a good job yet because I haven't done it yet. But anyway guys, thanks for watching. Y'all take care.